Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. Welcome to the 26th day of January 2017. I'll start this off by asking everyone to please remember the Finicum family in your prayers. It was exactly 1 year ago today that we lost Lavoy Finicum, a wonderful patriot, standard for the Constitution in the Oregon. Well, I don't know exactly what to call it. They want to call it a standoff. I'm not sure that's exactly what I would call it. But the FBI gunned Lavoy down last January 26th. And today will be a very difficult day, I'm sure, for the Finicum family and Mrs. Finicum. And let's pray that this comes to trial quickly on the wrongful death suit and that that family gets some justice. This episode, I have 4 articles for you, and the URLs are listed in the description of this video for your convenience. The first article is off of BizPac Review, and it says ABC apologizes for editing former Bush press secretary to make it seem like he attacked Sean Spicer. Fake news reared its head again this week, and again it came from the mainstream media. ABC News issued an apology on Tuesday after it edited a statement by former press secretary for President George W. Bush, Ari Fleishner, to make it sound like he was taking a swipe at the current press secretary, Sean Spicer. The incident happened on Monday's edition of Nightline. Spicer's briefing made me uncomfortable. It was truculent, too tough. It looks as if the ball was dropped on Saturday. It showed the former press secretary say. But Fleishner, like President Trump does, used social media to explain the facts. Ari Fleishner tweeted, Nightline proves Spicer right about mainstream media's dedication to negativity. Here's what I told them in a taped interview. It says try that again. It looks to me as if the ball was dropped on Saturday. Sean recovered it and ran for first down on Monday. Here is how they chopped my quote. It looks to me if the ball was dropped on Saturday after ABC referred to deliberate falsehoods. If this is how the press reports, Trump is right to go after them. Says the carbon copy Nightline, I don't need an apology, but ABC should acknowledge they made an error. News agency did issue an apology and correction. Nightline aired a segment Monday night about the first 3 days of the new administration, including Sean Spicer's statement to the press on Saturday. As part of the report, we interviewed former White House Press Secretary Ari Fleishner. In editing the piece for the air, his quote was shortened, and as a result, his opinions mischaracterized. We are fixing the piece on line to include his full quote and context. We apologize and regret the error. And Fleishner tweeted, thank you to Nightline and ABC News for the correction. Says this is how it looked originally. And there's video here if you want to pull it up and take a look at it. Says, yeah, so yeah, there's the video there in that article if you want to pull it up and take a look at what they have there. The next one I have for you, if I can get the computer to cooperate with me here. It's off the Daily Mail, and it says, I'll be back. Defeated candidate Clinton considers launching liberal television show to lay the groundwork for another White House run. Hillary Clinton is reportedly considering the launch of a TV show to keep herself in the news. The move would position her for a 2020 presidential run, according to an insider. She recently offered a toast to friends gathered at her Washington home, affecting an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent and promising, I'll be back. Clinton doesn't think Barack Obama will fight enough for liberal priorities, which leaves an opening for her to be the acknowledged leader in exile of her party. Hillary Clinton is considering another run for president and is mulling the idea of launching a television talk show to soften the ground for 2020. 73 years old if she were to challenge President Donald Trump again and win the White House the next time around. Launching a TV program now would make her America's second oldest female news or talk show host on the small screen, after only Joy Behar of The View. Author Ed Klein wrote Wednesday on his blog that according to a Clinton insider, the former Secretary of State, to the idea. She thinks being the host of a popular TV show would energize the Democratic Party and base her tens of millions of fans, the unnamed source said, according to Klein. It's a way to make a comeback and position herself for another run at the White House starting in a year or so. Klein writes, recently told a group of friends gathered at her Washington, D.C. home, "I'll be back," and delivered the line in an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator accent as she raised a glass of wine. A planned comeback as a presidential candidate for the third time would preclude the idea of running for mayor of New York City. It would also take more lucrative opportunities off the table, including corporate boards and university chancellorships. But the Clintons are among the nation's richest Democratic politicians, using hundreds of millions of dollars, or try that again, reaping hundreds of millions of dollars in speaking fees since Bill Clinton left the White House in 2001. Keeping up with the daily grind of a TV show would also allay fears among Democrats that her health is too frail to survive the rigors of the presidency. Klein's source said Hillary has been talking very seriously about a star turn on television. As a TV host, she discussed the issues of the day from a progressive point of view, interview world leaders and progressive thinkers. Hillary, in this scenario, would control everything about the show to make sure nothing unexpected could derail her future ambitions. She's convinced she'd get fabulous ratings in a political climate where there's so much anger in Democratic circles over Donald Trump's election, the insider said. It's unclear where a Hillary Clinton show would air or when, but the source declared to Klein that Clinton is utterly determined not to. She intends to stay in the limelight and keep fighting the good fight. She knows Obama is going to be out there fighting too, but frankly, she doesn't think he's a great leader or a great fighter, which leaves an opening for her to be the acknowledged leader in exile of her party. And there's video in this if you want to pull it up and take a look at it. Man, or what? I mean, she couldn't even stay sober and alert long enough to run a presidential campaign, let alone be doing a show daily on television. Are you kidding me? Well, okay, let her try it, because I think I could pretty much guarantee she won't make it through one season. She can't show up on the campaign trail. You think she's going to show up to do a television show? For crying out loud. The next one is off of Liberty Writers News. It says, "You're fired. Trump just got best revenge ever on ex-CIA chief who tried to sabotage him." Ooh, doggies. Now, it's no surprise to anyone that Obama's ex-CIA chief, John Brennan, hates Donald Trump. I mean, the second he left the office, he called the new president despicable after he met with CIA. So nasty. However, President Trump is not going to stand for this. Trump revealed that CIA didn't find him despicable. They loved him. And it says, had a great meeting at CIA headquarters yesterday. Packed house, paid great respect to Wall, long-standing ovations, amazing people, win. That was a tweet that he sent out. It says, haha, best revenge to succeed despite your attackers. John Brennan ran a very corrupt CIA, with his low point being him lying about hacking Congress, which the CIA cannot legally do. Brennan is just lucky he's not in jail already. Trump has every right to go after him, especially considering how much leaking the CIA was doing to the press under him. Trump is not just giving up on American intelligence community. Now that he's president, he's going to do his best to clean them up. He is with him 1,000%. So there you have that article. And then last one I have in this episode is off of BizPack Review. It says, McDonald's launches dispenser that spits out Big Macs burger ATMs. A Boston McDonald's is set to launch a machine that dispenses the fast food chain's trademark sandwich, the Big Mac. The automated cheeseburger machine will offer 3 different sizes: traditional, Mac Jr., and the Grand Mac, according to Metro Boston. The sandwiches are expected to be free of charge and available for a short time period. Say what? A Big Mac ATM where you can order real Big Macs is coming to the Prue Copley on January 31st. There is a tweet from Boston about this, and it says, people in the area can obtain the stacked sandwich without conversing with any humans, which seems to be part of a trend for casual restaurants. Wendy's, another popular fast food establishment, announced plans in May to start installing self-serving kiosks at some of its over 6,000 locations later in the year. The chain is replacing cashiers and other low-skilled jobs with computers and automated machines because Todd Penegor told Investor Business Daily it has to compensate for wage hikes. McDonald's Europe president Steve Easterbrook announced in 2011 that the fast food restaurant was planning on hiring 7,000 touchscreen cashiers to be installed across the continent, according to CNET and Financial Times. Easterbrook said it would make transactions more efficient, namely lowering the average interaction 3 to 4 seconds each. If you don't need to communicate with staff, and it would be much quicker, said Wiki Philho, a student enjoying a burger at McDonald's in London, according to the Financial Times. I'm looking for work, and if there's more machines doing jobs, I'll find it harder. Plus, you won't get the service with a smile, said 21-year-old Joe Circuits. So there you have it. McDonald's going automated. I think that's probably a really, really, really bad idea, but hey, you know, they're entitled to give it a shot. I don't eat their food anyway. I can't imagine that putting it in a machine is going to make it taste any better. You know, it already, as far as I'm concerned, tastes awful now. If they're going to have a machine spitting it out, I just can't imagine that's going to make it taste better. So, you know, there you have it. You're welcome to make your comments if you think it's a good idea, but wow, no, I don't see that being a good idea. I mean, bugs infesting the machines with food in there. You know, Lord have mercy. I see that as being a nightmare and a lawsuit in the making, but that's just me. If you like what we're doing here, give it a thumbs up and let me know. Be sure and share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news. Don't forget to subscribe. If you click that little bell next to the subscription button, you'll get email alerts every time I do a show, and that way you'll stay informed. I have another episode for you, so I'll see you later.